Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Greek and Hebrew Fellowship, where we step away from the controversial topics and rest beside the still waters of the Sunday readings. As always, I have placed a link to the Sunday readings in the description section below. The listener is welcome to follow along, but just in case anybody is new, it should be noted that I tend to pull from many translations, so you might hear a slightly different sentence structure. Let's begin. Vanity of vanities, all is vanity. These were the words of a sorrow-filled man who measured all this world has to offer and was found wanting. Scripture calls Solomon, the writer of Ecclesiastes, the wisest man in the world. With his God-given wisdom, he sifted through everything found under the sun and discovered no corner that isn't tainted by the effects of original sin. The more wisdom increases, the more love is set aflame. The more love is set aflame, the more groans and moans increase. Like a dove which has fallen out of the tree, the preacher moans to fly above the cares of this world to something which will put the groans of his heart to rest. The apostle tells us in his letter to the Romans that we ourselves groan within, waiting for the redemption of our bodies and the glorious participation in God's eternal light. Man is sick, the world is sick, and all the cosmos feel the aftershock of that original sin of disobedience. For a cosmic sickness, there must be a cosmic physician. Solomon testifies to the need. All is vanity. There has been no corner that wasn't touched by death and decay. Wisdom sought them all and found the inescapable truth, which the world is all too quick to forget. Mankind runs from the serpent in one corner and gets bit by him in the next. All of life is an evasion from the inevitable shadow of death. No matter what corner the preacher ran to, he saw its ugly reflection, its constant reminder. Every corner of the world has been tainted. But perhaps the man can run inward so as to find his rest. But rather than finding rest, he finds the echoes of condemnation. Wisdom to the man who has it is not unlike the crown of thorns our Lord wore. For wisdom spots the wickedness. Wisdom sees the folly. Wisdom cries out, all is vanity. Thorns and thistles your labor will bring forth, says the Lord to Adam when he fell. Solomon sees the thorns. Wisdom witnesses the thistles. The world knows not about the vanities, nor does it perceive them, because it lacks the light of wisdom by which it's seen. We will eat and drink and be merry. The world is so drunk in its sins that it rejoices when it ought to groan. It laughs when it ought to weep. It wears a crown of gold when it ought to wear a crown of thorns. It flaunts its wisdom, which is ignorance to the enlightened. It runs to lusts of the passion like a good tree to be eaten from. Scripture tells us that the tree of disobedience was pleasing to the eye. What are we to do, brothers and sisters? Is there no antidote for us? Should we all just flow together with the world in the flood of dissipation? Thanks be to God that this is not the case, for God supplied a tree to render the first tree void. The first tree was beautiful to the eye, and yet brought man down to the level of the beasts. The second tree is unappealing to the eye, and yet lifts man above his sickness, his wound, and even himself. The cross is the knife in the hand of the physician, severing from us the law of sin and death and rendering it ineffective. Put to death your passions which are on the earth, lust, fornication, adultery, factions, and greed, that is, idolatry. Break the crown of gold and change it for a crown of thorns. Sever the impulses of the passions and reorient the mind unto God. If you have been raised with Christ, seek what is above where Christ is at the right hand of God. Death has been breached. The closed circle of sin and vanities has been invaded. Christ has come in and taken captivity captive and given gifts to men. If you have not received this gift, if you have not been taken captive by him who ascended far above and sweeps us up by his divine love, then follow him to the cross. If anyone desires to come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. Let the world chase vanities as the wind and the lusts of the flesh as death. But let us, brothers and sisters, unlike the world, be moved by the Spirit who breathes where he wills and takes us to what is above. Come and see, says our Lord. See what? The kingdom prepared for you before the foundation of the world. If today you hear his voice, harden not your hearts. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for joining me this weekend to reflect upon the Sunday Scriptures. Until next time, have a blessed Sunday.